For a country's most important political leader are an essential component of building democracy. This normally means a maximum of 2 terms, but the current trend appears to be that of leaders wanting to hold on even after 2 terms, fighting their way for a 3rd term, if not more. We take a look at the current situation within the continent.
Presidents hanging on to power, a phenomenon that appears to be growing on the continent. In Africa, many presidents and prime ministers are limited by law to 2 terms in office, but a wave of leaders are determined to stand for a 3rd term with potential violent consequences. Burundi is a case in point. President Pierre Nkurunziza forced his way into a 3rd term by claiming his 1st term did not count. This resulted in a number of deaths and thousands of Burundians being injured. Gambia's President Yahya Jammeh has vowed to remain in office despite losing election to rival Adama Barrow. Jammeh, who's been in power for 22 years, has accused West African regional body ECOWAS of declaring war on him. This after it said it was putting forces on alert in case he refused to step down at the end of his mandate this month.
What is clearly incontrovertible is that the decision of ECOWAS on the current situation to implement the results of the December 1st, 2016 election by whatever means possible is totally illegal, as it violates the principle of non-interference in the internal affairs of member states.
There are some of the leaders who have been in power for more than 2 terms. President BLAISE CAMPAORE of Burkina Faso has been in power for more than 30 years. THEODORE NGUEMA from Equatorial Guinea, 37 years. Angola's President José Eduardo dos Santos has been ruling the country for 36 years. President Robert MUGABE, who has been endorsed for the 2018 Zimbabwe elections for 36 years. Cameroon's President Paul Biya has ruled for 32 years. And YUWERI MUSEVENI of Uganda has been in power for 30 years. According to analysts, given how long many of these leaders have been in power, it is not surprising that only 3 are under 70. Chad's President Deby is 64, Rwanda's Paul Kagame is 59, and DRC's Joseph Kabila is 45. The rest are septuagenarians, save Cameroon's Paul Biya, who is 83, and 92-year-old Robert Mugabe. This is worth noting because Africa is particularly a young continent with a median age of around 20 years, compared with 30 years in the rest of the world. Accusations around this matter have also been leveled against the African Union. Some political commentators say the AU and East African community are ignored by governments in question because the organization is full of presidents who have overstayed their term limits. Lehana Tsotetsi, SABC News, Johannesburg.